Good afternoon. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, but especially here in the city of Houston, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in this week. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you, just like it is every Thursday. As you can see, my co-host sitting here with me is not only a highly successful real estate broker, multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, world traveler, and the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. Proud to be celebrating the final Battle of the Piney Woods this weekend here in H-Town is Mr. Larry W. Brooks, the Texas Real Estate King. How you doing, brother?
Hey, I can't complain, Rick, man. I always want to tell you how much I appreciate that introduction. That always very warm to me. And yeah, we celebrating our last hoorah here in Houston, as far as we know of the Battle of the Piney Woods.
Look, man, we got the SFA Battle Mini Helmet here on
It's
deck
there.
this week, man.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking a little bit before we started recording about the Battle of the Piney Woods, the tradition, the rivalry.
Yeah.
Could you share a little bit with the audience about what this weekend and what this game means to you as a former SFA athlete and football player?
Man, it's real. You know, here's the thing. Rivalry games have always been something, right? You go through them through high school, you hear about them when you're in middle school, but then in real life, when you get to on the collegiate level, it becomes like a real big thing. I remember me and my friends that went to Sam, like when we would be in the middle, getting ready to toss the coin to start the game, we'd be having like we'd be hating each other family at the moment. So this is like one of those kind of rivalries. And it's been a backwards and forwards kind of thing for years, and so we've been planning it out this week, and so we're excited just to have the last one here in Houston, Texas again, and looking forward to everybody coming out.
And you know, one of the things that a lot of our viewers may not know is that you have a lot to do as far as the planning.
Mm-hmm.
You work with the university, you work with the alumni groups to bring this type of weekend and all of the activities to fruition. So, what are you most excited about as someone who works behind the scenes, but what part of this weekend and what type of activities make you the most excited? Right.
Yeah, because we have a lot going on. So shout out to the SFA alumni board that I sit on and everyone else. Also shout out to SFA, Black SFA, Jay Cook and the crew over there have been doing amazing planning out that. But I think the thing that stands out the most to me is really what's going to be the tailgating, right?
Yeah. Right.
Like everyone's thinking they're going to be arriving about 10:30, getting everything set up, going to have some amazing food, going to have an alleyway set up. So for those of you that are in Greeks and you want to take it in, I mean, take it around a few times. That's going to be set up. It's going to be some free food. Bring water is one of the things that we're asking. But other than that, we'll have everything else kind of flowing. In addition to that, just as I'm talking about some of the things that will be going on, is the Black SFA will be hosting a bowling event from 6 to 8. So check out the IG page. That's the best place to go. Go and follow the Instagram page. And, of course, support the organizations.
Absolutely. And then, you know, you didn't mention it, but I'll mention it. You know, one of the cool thing about the SFA versus Sam Houston tailgate is that there's always the Pure Hustle pop-up.
Come on, no doubt about it.
So if you haven't had an opportunity to grab a hat, grab a T-shirt, meet and greet everyone, man, this is one of those opportunities that only come around once a year.
Yeah.
But you get a chance to grab some merch, see some faces from back in the day.
Yeah.
Bring your kids out, because since this is the last one, you feel me? You can just
everybody need to be there.
Take some pictures, man, and this will be the last hurrah. So we invite everyone out, Sam, SFA, everybody in the greater Houston area. This is going to be a great game, great atmosphere. Come out and take advantage.
Hey, I'm going to have young LB3 with me, too. So if y'all ain't got his autograph, y'all might need to show up. Y'all need to be in the gym with him right now. Like what they say, if you wasn't you shooting in the gym?
Oh, my
right
goodness.
Now, he in the gym. Y'all better get in the gym with him. Come meet him now.
That's live, man. You know, cool thing about having this podcast and building this platform is that we get an opportunity to introduce our audience to some of the most experienced and knowledgeable real estate professional, business owners, and entrepreneurs that we have the opportunity to partner with and network with.
No doubt about it.
Could you share with our audience a little bit about what went into meeting this week's guest, how we were able to gain her commitment to sit in with us this week on the podcast, and how far the professional relationships go?
Yeah, you know, the thing is you know, we a lot of times on our platform, we talk about people pouring into themselves. And so myself and our guest today had an opportunity of meeting because she was pouring into herself. I was hosting a business builder workshop. She came to the business builder workshop. After that, she was pursuing her going into purchasing more properties when it came to the real estate aspect, as well as some licensing behind it. And so we had a chance to really visit and really communicate about that. And so when I reached out to her about being on the show, because she's kind of switched up her platform, she's doing some more amazing things. It was easy. You know, she wanted to be a part of what we had going on. She wanted to be a part of the growth that we're trying to be here. So I thank her for being here. She's always been an amazing friend.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
It's not your turn to talk.
I'm my bad. That was lovely.
Well, I appreciate that, Larry.
We want to give you.
But no. But without any further ado, man, let me introduce this week's guest. This lady is not only one of the foremost and most experienced real estate financial consultants anywhere in the greater Houston area. She's also a credit expert, and most importantly, she is the founder of the Your Credit versus the Recession Masterclass. I want to thank her for sitting in with us this week, and I would like to introduce Miss Candice McGowan. How are you?
What's up, y'all? What's up? I'm good. How y'all doing today?
Hey, look, man, I'm great. I want to thank you so much. One of the things that Larry didn't mention is that there were some things as far as scheduling that we asked you to be flexible about.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for being able to work with us from that standpoint, because I understand how busy Thursdays can be for business owners and entrepreneurs. Yeah. Usually Larry and I call this the getaway day. Yeah. Everybody got their flights booked for like after 6 on Thursdays.
That is true.
For those long weekends. That
is true.
I just want to get away flights, huh?
Hey, you already know it's usually a getaway day.
Oh, but you know, here's the thing.
What's that?
She got closer to plugging into the purple than I did today, man.
Oh, no, she definitely
represents the brand. I'm representing the brand.
Absolutely,
Look at all falls together at the same time.
Hey, man, it's the energy, the vibe is great. So, Ms. Candice, so could you please, for our audience, introduce your company, what type of services you provide, and what was your motivation as far as founding your company and what it is that you do for people?
Well, of course, my name is Candice. You know, I'm the founder of Consult with Candice, where I consult on things like credit, financial literacy, and real estate investing, right? But my main stream is really coming from credit. And I realized that our community, we lack a knowledge in financial literacy, right? And a lot of people don't understand the power behind credit. They equate it to cars and sometimes houses, right? But there's more to it. Like I pride myself on teaching that every single day. Things as simple as like switching from using debit every day to using credit, right?
Using credit, yeah.
You know, and reaping those benefits of some of those credit cards that you have.
That's right.
I love what I do.
Shout out to Discover.
Yeah. And Amex.
And Amex.
Yeah.
They hold it down.
Me double this year.
For real. You know what I'm saying? 3 times the point.
I mean, yes. Yeah.
But I started the company because I saw the need, right? And I also had a calling in my heart. I don't know why I wanted to study credit so bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's a million credit gurus out there. Like, why I want to be another one, you know? But I had a calling on me, and I felt it, so I answered it, right?
You know, it's interesting because I want to thank you for what it is that you do, because like you say, our community is traditionally underserved when it comes to financial education, financial literacy training, and people who will come out and impart that wisdom.
Very true.
But how important is it for our audience to take advantage of your services now, considering interest rates are at like a high of the last, 15 to 20 years they've been talking about on the news? So what is it that you've been finding that people who come to you recently and like those that have been coming to you right now need from you as far as credit help, credit consultation? What is that the people are dealing with out there in the public?
They desire the understanding of how to maximize their credit. They want to learn. They're open to it because they're seeing things like, oh, if I would have bought a house in 2021, I would have got such and such interest rate. Now it's like 3 times that, right?
True.
Like,
that's right.
I wish I would have bought a house in 2020. Some people tell me that too. I'm like, I wish you would have too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the time is now, because I don't discuss a lot of these things, but they have a thing called FICO 10, right? And that's a thing where some lenders will look at the last 2 years of your credit history. You can have a 700 today, and if you had a 600 2 years ago, they're going to look at that too. Yeah. So that's why I want people to get above that curve, because people are still using FICO 8. They're still on 8. So before they get to 10, let's make sure you where you need to be, so you don't even have to worry about them looking at the last 2 years, right?
Wow.
So that's just a small thing that I like to mention, because it's a number of things that like people can get ahead of if they start today.
Now, one of the best things about having someone like you on the show is that you're such a resource from not only the standpoint of education, but also your personal experience.
Yeah, of course.
So could you just share a little bit about your background and how you started getting your credit, where it could allow you the opportunity to start a business, invest in real estate? Like, could you just talk about your win and your why?
I'm gonna tell you, my win was when I wanted a car and they told me, you can get a car out of this section only, ma'am. This is all you can get based on your credit score, ma'am. This is what we got for you. And I didn't like that feeling, you know, like I'm like, but I want that car over there. Like, why I can't get that one? So it drove me to study how to build credit, because I never knew about credit. My family didn't teach me about that. My daddy only believed in cash. He don't believe in credit. So it's like, all right, let me read up on this. Like, what's going on with this? Who regulating this? Like, how do I build this? How do I get that number that everybody looking for, right? So that was my why. That was my why. And that win happened about 2016.
Okay.
I had great credit in 2016. Anything I applied for, I got approved.
Yeah.
I was on a high. I was like, what else I need?
Yeah.
Let me go hit up Home Depot, cars, any real estate, like anything I wanted, right? But the most important thing I'm gonna say about that is money management is important too.
True.
Because I can get you $30,000 in 3 weeks, but can you manage that? Can you maximize that, right? Like I had to teach myself that. Candice, what did that $20,000 go that you just got? Like, did you make money off of that?
Yeah.
Right? Like, so yeah, credit is important. That's key, right? But money management is important too.
Yeah, I think that's really solid behind it. And it's crazy because I do recall the days of always wanting to carry a wad of cash. Like,
me too.
cash
I want
is
to
not
see
a
it.
money.
I want to see it. Yeah.
And it's, the game has changed so much. It's not really about that. It's not even really about using your debit card, but really fixing your credit to the point to where learning it so that you can use it, like you said, money management, right? You still have cash, put it in the bank, and then manage your credit so that you don't have as much debt. Like it's ways that
maximize
systems.
it.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, the great thing, and it's really cool because when we had the opportunity to do our background research on our guests, you get an opportunity to see what it is that they provide as far as services, how they go about getting that information out to their clients. And one of the things I've been most impressed with is your education platform and the master classes and the events that you put on. So could you share with our audience a little bit about your master classes, your education platform, and where the motivation to share from that standpoint comes from?
I'll be honest, I was afraid to share that at first because there's a thing where people they try to, because it's a lot of scammers out here, right?
True,
especially in the credit repair world, whatever. But I have more of a liability than you do because I have to get licenses and insurance to even help you with these types of things, right? Because I'm not an attorney.
Yep.
Right? So when I started studying consumer law, I was like, oh no, I want all my people to know about this. Like, truth in lending, I want y'all to know about this. Stop talking about down payments on cars. I need you to, I can show you this in writing where you don't even have to do that, right? I can show you in writing where your car is paid for the day you sign on that dotted line with your social security number. So I talk about stuff like that in my credit versus recession classes because I want to, what's setting me apart from other credit repair gurus, right? Are they really studying consumer law? Right, are they really studying that? So I love the fact that I'm inquisitive. I like to research stuff. So whenever I find something out that helped me, I want to share it.
Makes sense.
I want to share it.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think differentiates your company and your practice from what people might find from every other quote unquote credit expert, credit guru, is that you have experience in real estate.
Yes, I love
as
it.
a real estate practitioner.
I love it.
And so from that perspective, could you just share with our audience how that background in real estate, that background in helping people buy, sell, and invest in properties has also helped you build your credit consulting company and help people from that standpoint?
Yes. I have clients that consult with me before they buy their next property. They say, hey, Candice, look over my credit profiles. Am I good? Can I go apply? Whatever. And the one client I met with yesterday, he had like 5 paid off houses on his credit report. I'm like, you good. Yeah. You got one little collection. Let's just get rid of that. But I love that because it's like maximize your credit, baby. Yes. Keep doing that because A lot of people not doing it. They're not aware of it. You want to go buy a duplex on credit? Go do it. You don't have to have business credit to do that. You can do it on personal if you have a solid profile.
Absolutely.
So I love that people trust me enough to even consult with Candice, right? Every time they make a big move.
Candice, is it more difficult to get business credit or personal credit, lines of credit? Like, are they even in the same ballgame? I don't even know.
It's kind of apples and oranges. A lot of people, business credit is sexy. Everybody I want to hide my utilization.
Yeah.
I want to forget that 500 credit score. I'm going to just build this business credit. Do both at the same time, but they're both equally important.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors, but when I come back, I think Larry, myself, and our audience will be very curious to hear about what your life was like the day you went in to get the car and they told you to only look in one section.
Oh, it was sad.
What did you do before being a business owner? What did you do before you decided to become an entrepreneur, and some of the motivation, if you wouldn't mind sharing that when we come back?
Oh, I would definitely share that.
I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. Mr. Larry W. Brooks and myself will be right back after you hear Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. Thank you so much for checking us out. I'm your host, Ric Davis. You can follow me at Prime Real Estate Ric on Instagram. My co-host is the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks.
Let's go.
Man, bro, we have a great episode going, man.
Yes, indeed.
I've been really excited about this one, man. It's rare that you can have someone who served not only in the real estate capacity, but also has balanced out their business and their business foundation and their different entrepreneurial companies.
That's
to
right.
also support those who need literacy, education, consultation as far as finance, putting themselves in a position where they can not only become a homeowner, but also a business owner.
Yeah.
So,
but even the even more important gem that I take away from it is us understanding that at some point we got to get away from using our debit card, build relationships with using these credit cards, and have them give us a kickback.
Yeah.
right.
Credit cards give you kickbacks, man. Y'all better stop playing with them debit cards and get going.
Oh no, we have a real estate rock star, a credit repair expert, an entrepreneurial queen, taking the city of Houston, the state of Texas, and this whole country by storm. I want to introduce the founder of the Your Credit versus the Recession Masterclass, Miss Candice McGowan. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So Candice, so you have an accent.
I do.
As we go into, Rick is going to be asking more questions, but as we go into that, I want to know, maybe how long you've been here in Houston, and then where does that accent originate from?
I got to Houston after Hurricane Katrina.
Okay.
So I'm from where the Saints from.
Okay.
Right? They ain't doing too well right now, but I'm going to still show love, and I'm going to give them one more chance.
She sounded like she was a part of the Brown bag back in the day.
I'm from where the Saints
Where they from? Where they make gumbo at? That's where I'm from.
Right. I want to thank you so much for sitting in with us. In the first segment of your interview, you did an outstanding job of not only educating Larry and myself, but also exposing our audience to some of the intricacies and some of the things about your financial profile and your credit profile that we might not all value or take as seriously as we should. But I want to take some time now with this portion of the interview to try to give some of the people that you partnered with in the past, some of the people you've worked with, some of your past clients, give them an insight into your background from a professional and business owner standpoint. Because sometimes in business, when people meet you, sometimes they undervalue the evolutionary process that you go through to get to the point where you are today. So could you just share with our audience a little bit about what your life was like before you founded your first company and before you decided to become an entrepreneur?
Thank you for taking me down memory lane. I started out at a call center, right?
Okay.
I was working for Sprint, and I worked for Xfinity, which is now Comcast.
Yeah.
And after that, I transitioned into project management at an engineering firm here in Houston. I love that because it gave me the foundation to what I needed to be a business owner, right? It made me more organized. It just helped me balance a lot of projects at one time.
Yeah.
So I love that. And after transitioning from there, I went on to property management, where I was an assistant property manager for some neighborhoods here in Houston and League City also. So I feel like I transitioned well, and I feel like God placed me in a lot of those places to give me the gems that I needed to get to where I'm today.
To get to that growth, yeah.
When you think back on your childhood, your upbringing, were there any members of your family, your close personal circle, that may have served as an inspiration, as a motivation, like maybe an example of what a business owner was and how they carried themselves?
Yes, and I admired them every single day. My mother and father were both entrepreneurs. My mom had a hair salon, and my dad he had a construction company.
Oh, cool.
And I would go to work with both of them, and I would just look at them like, I want to do something like this one day. Like, I want to be able to make my own schedule. I want to be able to, like, help people, but on my own time, and pick up checks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to go, because back then I was like, I want to be able to go pick up some rent checks or something. Like, what's up with that? I want in on it. Like, so I used to look at them and just like be in awe. Like, I like what y'all, they inspired me to the point where I revisit that feeling I got back then to kind of keep me going now. It's like,
that's what's up.
Remember how you felt when you was a child, Candice, and you wanted to accomplish certain things and be grateful that you're accomplishing a lot of that stuff and keep having that, like, that childhood wonder to keep going, right?
And as far as your company, your brand, what do you see on the horizon? What do you have? What are your goals for yourself and your company for 2023 and beyond?
Expansion.
I
need to scale it. I want to be more of the face. I do need a team to do out, and I'm willing to
come
teach
on, put
them.
that bat signal out. We looking for the best and brightest out here.
Like, I'm ready for a team, and I'm willing to pour into them, right? As long as they see the vision and support the vision, I'm down with them too. So
no doubt about it.
That's my vision. I want to scale. Like, I want to go on tours. I want to be able to teach people how to invest in real estate without having to. I'm not gonna shun going to real estate school because I did it, right? That's one of the reasons why I also met Larry too. Like, I shout out to you, Larry, for real, because I left one of the most. Can I say the name?
Go ahead.
I left Keller Williams to come with Larry. Like, I saw the vision and I felt it and I wanted to be a part of that. So I said, where do I sign? Where do I meet you? Like, I'm willing to leave them because I want to join your team. So I want somebody to believe in me like I believed in Larry.
That's what's up. Right? No doubt about it.
Thank you. For our audience, man, because there's going to be so many members of our audience that not only feel your story, but it resonates and it inspires and motivates them. So share how they can sign up for your next masterclass, how they can get involved, how they can tap in, and if there's anything as far as events where they can meet and greet and interact with Miss Candice McGowan in person.
Oh, let's shout out the real estate summit because I'm
come on, you already know October the 8th, Saturday.
Let's shout that out. I'm gonna be there October 8th, right? What time? 9 a.m. to 12.
Davis Real Estate Firm.
Shout out to October 8th. That's
come on, October the 8th, the Real Estate Summit. Go to the Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm Instagram. Go to Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm YouTube channel. Tap in and you'll get all the information about the Real Estate Summit. Larry sharing it on his IG story. I'm sharing it on our Instagram. So Miss McGowan will be there. The public commitment. Thank you so much for your support.
No doubt. You should most definitely be there. It's going to be people like Miss McGowan in the building that can really help you start to manifest the things that you want when it comes to home ownership, investing. And now we even know that you'll be able to maybe figure out a way to strengthen your credit to where you can be able to use that as a leverage as you're going. So by all means, shout out to the
man, we already shouted out October the 8th, but we got the last weekend, the last Thursday and Friday of September. What's going on in the world of the Texas Real Estate King, Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm? What's going on? What can we expect? What can we find? Where can they tap in?
IG, Texas Real Estate King.
Absolutely, man. I want to give a big, huge shout out to everyone over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. They've been doing an outstanding job as far as education. Some of the guests that have been coming in and presenting different loan programs, different investment options for those who want to invest in real estate. So go ahead, please reach out, connect with us, and if you need any information, like Mr. Brooks said, just follow him on Instagram and you'll get all the actual factuals, man. Any final message for those in the audience? Anything that you'd like to share?
Nothing at all, man. I just want our guests to know I appreciate her taking the time out to be here with us today.
No problem. My pleasure. I'm coming back.
Absolutely. On
Did you
behalf,
get a chance to share all your contact information?
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
follow
please,
me on
yeah.
Instagram, y'all. _ Candice Renee, Candice, Renee RENNE. Follow me on Facebook too. Same thing, Candice Renee without the underscore. And if you're ready to book your consultation, the link in my bio.
absolutely, no
started.
doubt,
Get
man.
started.
I want to thank you so much. On behalf of myself, Ric Davis, and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning into this week's episode. If you need anything in the meantime, in between time, you can reach Larry and myself on Instagram, Facebook. You can follow us on our YouTube channel. Please hit the subscribe button, smash the like, and share. Share helps us in the algorithm.
It does.
Yeah, it
Absolutely, man. So until next Thursday, everyone out there in our audience, please be safe and be blessed.
does. Much love.